Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Alright, so I am back with part 4 of What If Asta had both Zagred and the anti-magic devil living inside of him at the same time. Part 4. Okay, so last time I left off was the at the promotion ceremony. Or the medal ceremony. I just call it the promotion ceremony because that's basically what's happening. They're getting promoted. So basically he invites everybody into the medal awarding hall. Of course, he gives everybody their medals and promotions. And of course, he tells them what they could be working on, you know, what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are. Now, of course, this would mean that Asta, like I said, he's still going to be acting more or less, he's still going to be acting like himself. So right now, he's just basically digging in. Of course, the Wizard King says, enjoy the banquet and all that. Of course, everybody's like all trying to be, proper, but, Asta, he's like, man, forget this, I'm eating. So he just starts digging in. And of course, this is when Noelle's brother and sister start saying that, Asta, he's out of place, but, Asta doesn't really pay much mind. I mean, it annoys him, but it doesn't, get an arousal out of him. And, of course, this is when Klaus says something that, he's not a, he's not that bad of a magic knight, and, of course, this is when everybody starts, this is when the whole shenanigans of where, royals, the difference between royals and peasants. And this is when Noelle's brother, Nozzle, is it Nozzle? Hold on. Wait, Nozzle's the captain, right? Yeah, Nozzle's the captain. Yeah, Nozzle's the captain. The other one is, shoot, I forgot what her other brother's name is. I forgot. Well, anyway, he pours water on her head. And this is when he says, you should do everybody a favor and walk out of here. And this is when Asta grabs her by the wrist and says, Noelle, you don't need to run away from people like this. You don't need to be scared of people like this as well. And this is when he basically stands up on the table and he says, look, I don't care, who you royals think you are. But, of course, this is when the guy who uses sand magic basically encases Asta, and this is when he uses the Demon Dweller Sword to cancel out the sand magic, and then he puts the Demon Dweller Sword back into its grimoire. This is when he opens up Zagred's 5-leaf clover grimoire. Now, of course, Asta's starting to get a little irritated. He said, I wasn't finished talking. Now, of course, he says, one way or another, I'm going to become the Wizard King. And after I become the Wizard King, I'm going to change this society for the better. No more will the royals be looking down on peasants or commoners. There will be no more strife within this kingdom. And of course, this is when the brother and sister of Noelle would start laughing and say, you become Wizard King? That's ridiculous. Of course, they start, and this is when Asta's about to scare everybody. So this is when Asta transforms into, well, this is when he switches places with Zagred, and Zagred transforms Asta's body into his body and replaces Asta's magic with his magic. And of course, now everybody's terrified of what they're seeing, except for Yuno, because, well, Yuno has already seen this form. If you guys don't remember from the first episode, that's what happened. So, of course, Asta already explained to him, why he had a, why that happened and all that. And, of course, he understood. So, he didn't really... He just acknowledges it as part of Asta's power. But everybody else, they're terrified. And Zagred says, time to try out this new spell. Trident of Destruction. And of course, this is when he busts out, well, the Trident of Destruction. He says, if any of you get touched by this trident, let's just say this, you're gonna get destroyed. And of course, they say, yeah, right. And of course, this is when Noel's brother says, holy water bullet. And he says, pathetic. Word soul magic. Storm of blades. And of course, storm of blades start coming out of nowhere. And of course, destroys the water. And almost kills... Noel's brother. So therefore, Noel's sister, again, I don't know their names, so leave me down their names. I know the oldest brother is called Nozzle, so if you can leave the name of the other two in the comment section down below, that would be very helpful. Now, Mimosa, she is looking at Asta in a, she's terrified, but at the same time, she's amazed at how much power he actually possesses. And this is when Zagred starts laughing. He says, like, I can't do his laugh. It's like kind of echoey, kind of. So I'm just trying my best. But anyway, he says, you humans still don't know what's going on. You still think you're on top of the food chain. But in reality, you're leagues below us. And I can't wait to destroy you. And this is when Asta says, Zagred, don't kill them. Just teach them a lesson. And Zagred says, fine. As much as I don't want to do it, I'll play nice for now. This is when he sends away the Trident of Destruction. And this is when he... Alright, now the Trident of Destruction wasn't the new magic, so my bad, I just now remembered that, so forgive me guys for saying that earlier. He says, now, time to try out this new spell that I got. He says, Word Soul Magic. This is when he says, Word Soul Magic. Cerberus. Actually, no, he doesn't say that. Hold on. Word Soul Hold on, guys. Let me come up with a name for it. It's like a new spell. Hold on. Alright, guys. So, I figured out the name of his new spell. It's called Word Soul Magic Absolute Zero. Now, if you're wondering what Absolute Zero does, it's basically... time doesn't necessarily stop, it more like slows down. So it makes the caster who casted it, makes it look like he's moving at, extremely high speeds. But really, they're just moving slower because he's brought the entire area around him down to absolute zero. Now, this includes time itself. Time has begun to slow down. Not stop, it has begun to slow. So it looks like he's just traveling at very super high speeds. Now, again, it's called Word Soul Magic Absolute Zero. Now, this makes him, faster, and Absolute Zero also grants him, of course, what it does is also causes a frost to come over everybody who's within that area to, get frost on them, and it freezes them. So, and of course, it would start to, if you guys have ever gotten frostbite, yeah, basically everybody within that area is starting to get frostbite, except for the caster, because, well, he's the one who casted it. So obviously he's going to be immune to the magic that he cast, because there's really no sense in casting something that's going to hurt you in the process. You guys see what I'm saying? So yeah. Basically, now remember, Nozzle is there, and everybody's just cold, and even Leo and Fergolion, they're trying to heat themselves up, and however, it's not working, and they're trying to figure out how come they can't use their fire magic to heat themselves up, to keep them from getting cold and getting frostbite. This is because, again, Word Soul Magic Absolute Zero brings everything down to absolute zero. It doesn't move any higher, and it doesn't move any lower. It stays at absolute zero. That's the reason why it's called Absolute Zero. It just stays at zero, and basically once you hit the zero temperatures, that's when you start getting frostbite. And it starts, freezing up your nerves, your muscles, your blood. It just starts freezing up everything. And yes, your skin too. And of course, this is also your ability to keep up with anything. So basically, what this does is basically create like a. It basically inhibits and enables. No, not in it. Disables anybody to basically do anything, because, well, you're getting cold. You're getting more, because of frostbite setting in. You are getting more colder, and therefore it's starting to freeze up your the joints and all that. So it's getting really hard for you to actually even move. So yeah, it's like it's like the coldest temperature you can ever reach. Well, there's also, like, if he wanted to, like, if Zagred wanted to, he could release the full power of Absolute Zero and basically make them into, like, to where frostbite just completely takes over him, and all he has to do is just put enough power into his finger and cause you to shatter into a million pieces. But because Asta's saying, don't kill him, just teach him a lesson. Now, this frostbite is just hurting Noel's brother and sister, including Nozzle himself. And everybody's actually starting to hurt and say, and of course, Yuna says, Asta, please. Okay, you made your point. You made your point. Of course, Zagred says, no, not until I hear these two little insects say that they're sorry to Noel. Oh, and I'm not saying that. Asta, he told me to tell you to say that. To me, I don't really care if you say you're sorry or not. I'm just glad I get to inflict as much pain upon you humans as possible. So, it really doesn't matter to me. It's a win-win scenario for me. And he says, wait, what better way to do this? I just thought of a grand idea. Word Soul Magic Amaterasu. And of course, this is when he summons Black Flames. Now, this is another new spell that he's gotten from the dungeon. He says Word Soul Magic Amaterasu. And I'm obviously basing this off of the Amaterasu from the Naruto universe. So, yeah. He says, And of course, this is when Asta says, all right, Zagred, that's enough. You're about to go overboard. Because Asta knows what Amaterasu does. Because, well, Zagred told him what Amaterasu does. So, yeah. And unlike Absolute Zero, where you can control it to certain degrees, Amaterasu, once it hits you, no matter how big or how small it is, it won't stop burning and it won't get put out until the user says, alright, you're done. And it will continue to grow and expand and spread further until it destroys all of its desired targets. Until the user says, alright, that's enough. But anyway. Oh, that's freaking nasty. Long piece of hair in my mouth. I don't know why, guys, but I've been getting a lot of, I don't know how or why, but I've been getting like a lot of hair in my mouth. That's weird. So anyway. Alright guys, so probably in this video, I'm probably going to have to make it short. Just because I just got other what ifs to do. So I'll probably get into the 20s, and then I'll probably leave it off where the Midnight Sun is attacking the Clover Kingdom. And then that's when I'll just leave it off. So probably around, shoot, I don't know, probably 24 minutes or so. But anyway, Zagred switches places with Asta, and of course Asta going back to his normal form, and everybody. Now, of course, this is when he undoes Word Soul Magic Absolute Zero, because, well, once he's in his human form, it kind of, you know, like I said, it's not as strong as when he becomes Zagred, because Zagred, everything is like incredibly strong. So yeah, but anyway, obviously he cancels it out so that way everybody can move, and finally Fergolion and Leo are able to warm everybody up. And Fergolion says, you know, he says, I don't care if you're a peasant or not. He says, you know what, that's it, I accept you as my rival. And of course, once Fergolion heard that, Leo says, very well then Asta, I choose you to become my rival as well. And Asta says, well, I already have a rival to become Wizard King with you now. And he says, well, I guess you can count us in the race to become the Wizard King. And of course, Nozzle being still, I mean, basically he had a near-death experience, so this has humbled him to a certain degree, and has actually decided to change how he thinks about peasants, how they're not, you know, how everybody's labeled them as weak, and, you know, how they should always, you know, that even peasants have dreams of their own, and, you know, with enough determination and hard work that, you know, they can actually achieve their dreams. And there is no rule or law saying that, you know, a peasant can't surpass a royal. How Asta thinks about it. And then this is when Asta, he says, look, all I was doing was just to prove a point that, now, one of you guys asked me, you know, when the whole world felt, you know, Zagred's presence and felt, basically felt death surrounding them and felt his, you know, uncontrolled magical power and dominating magical power. One of you said, if that was true, then wouldn't the spade... well, here's the thing. Since everybody around the world felt it, therefore they couldn't pinpoint the origin. So, because, and here was the reason why, it was so heavy and so powerful and so just overwhelming that you wouldn't be able to, because it just feels like you're encountering death itself, and death itself is staring you right in the face. So, yeah. Alright, guys. And of course, this is when the guard comes in saying, that the Capitol is under attack. We don't know who. And of course, this is when everybody then proceeds to go and we know who we know is the Midnight Sun, but they don't know it yet. So, but without further ado, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about this video. And without further ado, see you guys later. Oh yeah, and don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, share this with all your friends on your social media platforms. But without further ado, guys, see you guys later, and peace out. Wait, hold on, before I peace out, my homies, before I do that, there's been a little change in plans of how I thought it was gonna go. So I'm gonna save Dracula, the Batman Who Laughs, for tomorrow. My reasoning why is, well, actually, no, I'm not gonna do it tomorrow because Sundays are my day off, and I like to just spend time with my family and stuff like that. So I will be releasing What If Eren Yeager Was Dracula, episode 2, Alucard, on Monday, and I will be releasing What If Eren Yeager Was the Batman Who Laughs, episode 5. Haven't found out a name for that episode yet. Also on Monday, and both of them I will be releasing at nighttime. So this leaves me what I'm going to be doing. I'm just doing one more What If tonight, because of reasons, obviously. I'm just gonna post one more What If for tonight, and then I'm probably gonna call it good here tonight. But yeah, but without further ado, guys, but I'll make sure it is a special What If just for you guys. So without further ado, guys, see you guys later. And most of all, peace out, my homies.